Journal of Luca Pavel of House Beneath. Entry 7. It's been a few days. Stalball and I have been collecting our thoughts, using my resources to come up with the next plan, and laying low at my house while doing so. An idea strikes me, and Maybe that's Yosis, or perhaps an elder of the house. I open the door slowly and see a half-elf standing before me. She wants to come in and speak with me. A little cautious at first, I finally let her in. She introduces herself as Kyran, and mentions that we could benefit one another with some information. As it turns out, she is interested in the last couple days of Dane's life. I guess they were to be married, and she knew he was getting into something over his head. She wants revenge for his death and believes that members of the theater house were to blame. She is of House Lyrandal, same as Dane was. She tends to go on and is really quite rude. But we agree that there is a way for us to benefit one another. I'm interested in finding out more about Dane, but we have a more pressing matter that needed to be handled first. Reich. I explained to both her and Stalbar the plan that I've come up with. We should speak to the goblin slaves and fight to get them their freedom, in exchange for proper information on the whereabouts of Reich. I go and talk and get the permission from my house, and then I return to Stalbar. We go to leave, and when I open the door, I get a sinking feeling. My stomach drops, and I am filled with anxiety. And then I hear it. Luca! What have I done to deserve this? Nico, standing before me, as arrogant as ever. Why? He explains with his stupid face that he is checking up on me and he has heard stories that I've been getting into trouble. Ugh. I stand my ground, put back a shot, and inform them all that we're going to speak with the goblins. After speaking with them, I discovered that they plan on executing him as a public statement, and that he could be in many different locations throughout the city. But one specifically caught my attention, an abandoned set of tunnels in the sky. If I were going to hold a prisoner, that would be the place. The four of us set out to investigate. Stalbar flies us up on there with Odette's disc. After circling a few times, it turns out that we've grabbed the attention of the god. I panic and quickly lie. It was much like when I was little and would get blamed for something Nico did. I'd always just try and get out of it, but I've always gotten punished. Upon lying, everyone else calls me out and we have to land to get ourselves situated. The god demands to know what's happening. That's when Nico pulls out a pendant. I guess he's a freaking marshal, and he not only gets us out of the situation, but also has the gods find an old tunnel entrance. He thinks he's so smart, with his dumb face and stupid beard. We go through a shop and find a hidden entrance to the tunnel, which seems long since used. We enter the tunnel, and it is dark. Far too dark to see much. Nico and I lead the way, shield and swords at the ready. We don't get too far before it's too dark for us, and Stalbar actually has to take the lead. Stalbar says there's a dead end, and then not one. He says there's a fake wall blocking the way. Knowing how good some illusions can be, I decided to cast a spell to detect magic. And yes, clearly the wall is indeed an illusion. I walk through it behind Stalbar and Nico with ease. We hear some noises down the end of the hall. It definitely seems like we're in the right spot. But where did Kyran go? She never made it through the adjacent wall, and seems to be getting frustrated. I can't tell if she's dumb, just new to this kind of magic, but she's acting as if a toddler would.